The leather sector has capacity utilization hovering around 20% to about 30% current. Now, this, first of all, we appreciate the inclusion of the leather value chain as one of the 10 leather value chains that have been earmarked for development. And we also have organized ourselves under the Zimbabwe Leather Development Council, which includes all the nodes of the value chain, starting from the farmers right up to the retail and marketing. And that helps us to organize ourselves so that we can communicate with one voice some of the challenges we need addressed by government in terms of policy, in terms of support infrastructure or support mechanisms.
So the journey to localize, we've been part of this drive to localize products in Zimbabwe. And we started off by localizing the end products, cooking oil, soap, mealie meal, whatever product is consumed. But the next stage, we're now at the next phase, where we are working backwards to localize the value chain suppliers or the ecosystem that supplies that final product. And so the growing soya bean hectarage is part of that process. And I'm glad to say that this year we are likely, there are still, estimates are still being compiled, but I think a lot of our industrial economists and sectoral economists in the oilseeds sector and active players, we have a consensus that this year will probably most likely exceed 100,000 tons of soybeans, and that's a first in the last certainly since I've been in the sector. I've been in the sector since 1999, and so this is positive. It's in the right direction to localize these value chains. We are also behind some of our regional peers, and we need to catch up. But we are going in the right direction. And this year, the coming season, if we can continue to grow 20% every year, 25% every year, growing, it means that we are saving foreign currency. We are creating jobs in primary production in the farms themselves, but also every job that's created in a farm has got jobs that are created downstream in processing. We process soya. From the soya, we get crude degummed soybean oil. We get soya meal. Downstream from us are stock feed manufacturers. Downstream from the stock feed manufacturers are people that produce chickens, produce pigs, fish farming. All those are soya value chain players, and there's a multiplier effect. The more we localize these value chains, one value chain at a time, one sector at a time, I think we're going to see improvement. Also, availability improves price. Besides just access or shelf availability, it also improves on price because our cost of production are very competitive, especially when it comes to soybeans. We still have some issues where we could be even lower than we are. Then we look at export competitiveness, but for now, the focus is really just getting the availability, localizing value chains, and then making improvements as we go along.